Lindsay's watching the weather really closely this week. Today, decent though, right?
Yeah, this is going to be one of those days where it gets oddly warm and you're going to think to yourself, this feels like potentially severe weather setup. And it will potentially be severe weather as we get into tomorrow and it looks like even into Wednesday at this point. So today, not expecting widespread severe storms. We do have a very low risk in the far northern extent of the state later today. But as far as these spotty showers across the southern extent of the state out there this morning, not expecting these to be severe whatsoever. These are just some good old-fashioned rain showers, and that will continue as this boundary slowly slides to the north over the next several hours. That's going to be that triggering force to bring in that potential of some of that scattered rain during the first part of the day. And then as we get into the evening tonight, where that boundary sets up, a little bit better atmospheric conditions to perhaps get some thunderstorms going. So that's why we're going to be talking about that level 1 of 5 threat later today. In the meantime, we've got temperatures that are starting off in the 40s, but as this boundary lifts through, it's going to bring a change of air mass and much warmer air moves in. We're already going to be back near 60 by 11 o'clock this morning. Into the upper 60s with a lot of dry time this afternoon. Looks like eventually today we're going to be approaching the low 70s for highs. It will be quite the cutoff though, because as I mentioned, it's this boundary that will actively be lifting north through the state. So the farther north you are, the cooler the temperature is going to stay, but still 66, a very mild day up in Kokomo later on. We've got 74 later today in Bloomington and 76 in Bedford. So here's how this is all going to play out. A spotty shower going to take us between now and around noon or so. This is the dry time as everything kind of heats back up with that afternoon surge. This is around 3 o'clock later today. And then eventually we see the redevelopment of perhaps a spotty shower, isolated storm. Northern Indiana, that takes us through about 8 o'clock this evening. And again, very low end threat. We could see a stronger isolated storm with damaging wind gusts here for that northwestern part of the state. As we get into the day tomorrow, temperatures will be on that upward trend. We're looking at highs back in the low 80s as this severe weather setup really starts to come together. It looks like the bullseye of this will be once again in Iowa, portions of northwestern Illinois. We will see this eventually here in central Indiana, and I wanted to fast forward into Wednesday's severe weather outlook because it does look like that actual cold front going to be pushed back as far as the timing of this a little bit into Wednesday even. So your forecast tomorrow calls for a lot of dry time, even feeling rather muggy for our Tuesday. Here we go Tuesday morning at 7 a.m. That boundary lifts to the north. We're going to be in the warm sector of this weather system. A few scattered showers will then develop. This is around 5 o'clock in the morning early Wednesday. Might get an isolated stronger storm embedded within this. This is around 8 o'clock in the morning Wednesday. The actual front though looks like it's going to come in the afternoon. This is around 1 o'clock. So we're going to need to stay weather aware all the way through the course of the evening Tuesday, Wednesday morning until Wednesday afternoon, until this actual cold front comes on through. Once it does, temperatures will fall 57, but much more quiet here as we get into that Thursday afternoon forecast 57, and then mostly sunny 60 and more quiet as we head into the holiday weekend next weekend.